Hello Stampers, Kelly Acheson at stampingup.com coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. Today for my video, I have a challenge to use Lemon Lime Twist, Melon Mambo, and Flirty Flamingo for the Stampers Dozen blog hop. So, when I first looked at these colors, all three of these are favorites of mine. I love bright, summery colors, and these just looked summery to me. And I thought, okay, what am I going to do with these? I have two different cards to show you using this color combination, and I think you're going to like them. Let's get started. I started out with the Friendly Conversation stamp set. I am a big fan of big greetings. And why do I like big greetings? Because when you have a big greeting, it is your card. Like, you don't have to do a lot to a big greeting to make it a fantastic card, and I think that's why I like these. I also really like the fonts in here, and I love the sayings. Maybe I can't stop the downpour, but I will always join you for a walk in the rain. And because of you, I laugh a little harder, cry a little less, and smile a lot more. Now, I used this greeting in another set of cards that I made, and I will put a link to that card in my blog post. All right, let's get started. I always like to bring in my cardstock layers first. I've got a piece of Lemon Lime Twist that's 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored it at 5 1/2 inches. And then I've got a piece of white that is 4 by 5 1/4. And then 3 scraps, Lemon Lime Twist, Flirty Flamingo, and Melon Mambo. This is a paper piercing mat. If you're new to me, you can use this to do paper piercing. But I like to cover it with paper and use it to stamp on because it gives you a much better image when you have just a touch of cushion under your stamping. I'm going to bring in this piece, and I've got my Memento ink pad, and I'm going to ink up one of the greetings, and I'm going to stamp that towards the top of this layer. Isn't that pretty? I just love this. I just think the font is so pretty. And then I brought in the Seasonal Layers Thinlit dies. I have to tell you, this is one of my favorite sets of dies because you've got spring, summer, fall, and winter in here. Beautiful snowflakes, a beautiful leaf that's very intricate, some flowers, a branch. There's even a die in here that'll do a little scalloped edge. But I love this Adirondack chair, and that's one of the images that calls my name when we're talking about summer. So I've got that, and then I'm also going to use this flower die out of the Seasonal Layers Thinlits. That's what these scraps are for. I'm going to die cut a chair and a flower out of both of these, and then another chair out of the Lemon Lime Twist, and I'll be right back. And here comes the chairs. Aren't these just the cutest? I absolutely love them. And then I've got the 2 flowers. Now this, I said, was a really simple card. I'm going to take a little bit of my liquid glue, and I'm just going to put glue on the back of my chair die right here. And I'm going to stagger these across the bottom of my card. So remember when I said this was easy? Easy card, big greeting. You don't need to do a lot to a big greeting to make a card fabulous. Well, this is what I'm talking about. We've got some dies here. Just stamped one image. And then I'm going to pop my flowers up on some mini dimensionals. And the thing I love about these mini dimensionals is you don't have to be cutting and trimming for that little 3D pop-up when you have these. You get like, this is just a half a pack, but you get like 700 of these in a pack. So they do last forever. If you want to, you could put 2 dimensionals on these flowers. I just don't think it's really necessary. the flowers aren't heavy. Whoops, let me get some more glue on here. This did not stick. There we go. And then I thought, as long as I've got it out, I might as well bling this up just a touch with some of our rhinestone jewels in the center of the Flirty Flamingo and Melon Mambo flowers. Are you guys ready for this? I don't know if it gets much easier. Pretty simple card. And I make up cards like this with greetings on here ahead of time. So I have these on hand when I need them, because you never know when somebody's going to have some type of a crisis and need a card, and won't this just brighten their day? I know, right? Okay, I've got one more card to show you. And again, it's a very simple card using the other greeting in the Friendly Conversations. I've got a piece of Flirty Flamingo here that is 4 1/4 by 11 again, and I've already got that scored at 5 1/2. Piece of Whisper White that's 4 by 5 1/4, and a scrap of Whisper White. So we're going to do our stamping first, and I'm going to bring in this great big image. Hang on, I got one of my hairs in there. And I'm just going to stamp this right over on the side of my layer. Now I'm going to bring in my chamois and clean my stamp. If you guys don't have one of these, I know I sound like a broken record. You really have to get one. They are amazing. I sell these. I think they're only like $8. They are the greatest thing. They don't leave any residue on, no matter how horrible this looks. I just take it and rinse it in the sink under cold water. The stains won't come out, but it leaves your stamps completely clean, so you don't have any of that residue after you've cleaned them. It's pretty cool. It's called the chamois. You can do a search for it on my blog. You'll find an online ordering button in the right-hand column to go right to my store. Ooh. Okay, so I just inked this up with Melon Mambo ink, and I'm going to bring in that scrap and I'm going to stamp this. And then what I did is I took my paper snips and I cut out the always. Now here's a good tip for you. You want to leave a little bit of the white border around this always image when you do this technique where we stamped in one color and now we're going to bring in just a small little piece in a different color. And the reason that you want to do that is because we want to make sure that we're covering up all of this black that's been stamped on there. And this is just a really easy little image to cut out. Because our background on here is white, you don't have to be real careful when you're cutting this piece out, because you're not going to really see the white part like you would if, for example, we took it and put it on a different color cardstock. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Sometimes it's hard to explain things. They're in my brain, right? Who knows how they come out of there. Okay, and then I'm going to come in here. I've got my in color markers, and this is the Lemon Lime Twist, and these words are hollow. You can see the downpour and the rain is hollow, so I'm going to color them in. And it's just real simple. I'm using the smaller end of my marker, and our markers come with two ends. You've got a big coloring end, and then you've got this little writing end. I'm just using the writing end, and you just have to make one little swoop across these to fill them in. It's pretty sweet. So it's not like a real time-consuming putsy thing to do. I love our Stampin' Write markers. Of course I love them because they come in all of our colors, so I love the color coordination. All right, and then I decided, as long as we're coloring stuff in here, I would color in the little raindrops. And I know raindrops aren't supposed to be green, but you know what? It's my card and it matches the rest of it, and so my rain is going to be green. You can make your rain any color you want. Okay, then what I decided to do is bring in a Post-it note, and I'm going to put that right about here. And I'm going to stamp this edge with the little like raindrop image in all three of my colors. So I'm going to kind of make like my own designer series paper, right? And I have to get my chamois back out here so I can clean my stamp off in between. So if you have the newer ink pads that are spongy, you want to make sure that you are just doing tap, tap, tap and not squish and grind. They do not do well with the squish and grind because they're soft. And I'm just going to clean this off. And now I'm going to come in with my Flirty Flamingo. And you can make this part as busy or not busy as you want. Don't forget to leave some room for the green. I have to remember to do that. And I think I want mine to be pretty busy. And now our lemon lime twist. Isn't this easy? This is like making your own designer series paper, because I wanted something to match this, and I thought about grabbing some designer series paper, and I thought, hey, I've got this little image here and I can make my own paper, or what appears to be paper. This would be like faux designer series paper. And I think maybe one more right there. Notice I was twisting and turning this so everything doesn't look uniform. Ta-da! Isn't that cute? And then the last thing that I need to do, I'm going to put this on my card. Then I need to do something with the edge of this, right? So that's when I brought in my 1/2 inch wide finely woven lemon lime twist ribbon. And again with the matching stuff. I love, love, love that I have all of these matching things at my fingertips, because it really does make creating cards easier. And you have matching product, right? All these color coordinating items you get to choose from. And of course this ribbon is super, super nice. And then we're just going to trim it off. And there we go. Let's get all this mess out of the way here. Here's my other card. What do you guys think? Super cute. Stampers Dozen Blog Hop Color Challenge, Flirty Flamingo, Lemon Lime Twist, and Melon Mambo. I don't know, but I think I nailed it. Don't you love it when you are done creating a card and you can sit back and look at it and go, wow, I really like this. Okay, thanks you guys so much for joining me for this video. Please make sure you go back to my blog. You'll find a link for it under the YouTube video. If you didn't start there, go back to my blog and join the blog hop and see what everybody else made with these 3 colors. I always think it's really fun to see all the creative juices and what they've made. If you'd like to place an order, I always appreciate your orders. You can click right up here. That's going to take you right to my blog. You'll find an online ordering button in the right-hand column. Use this hostess code when placing your order to get some special perks from me. I also have some online classes on my blog that you might be interested in, and I will post links to a couple different cards that I made, not only with this stamp set, but I have another card that I made with these Adirondack chairs, and I believe it was last summer, that's really pretty. So thanks so much for taking a little time out of your day to spend it with me. Bye-bye.